Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. In the last episode, we have had a fleet engagement with the British. And, how do I put that? We have had our behinds handed to us pretty comprehensively. Although we have managed to sink a bunch of the lighter forces of the British, there's absolutely no chance that these old pre-dreadnoughts of ours are actually standing up against more modern British ships. And to be fair, in case you were wondering, no, I wasn't also expecting that to happen. But, you know, sometimes it does take it does take some time for a nation to realize that their technology is a bit behind, and then their ships need to be significantly modernized. So that German complacency about superior technology has definitely been getting a scratch, and we will start rethinking how the Navy is going to work. So yes, this was intended. I was not expecting that we would win this, but we didn't actually lose as comprehensively as I thought we would. I thought it'd be a lot worse, but we are definitely going to have to do something about the remaining ships and make them a little bit more battle-worthy. So today we're going to do some redesigns. And let's have a look first what we actually still have after this disastrous engagement. We've got a bunch of Deutschland-class battleships. Now, honestly, these things are they're really more like heavy cruisers at this point. These are old pre-dreadnoughts, so there's not an awful lot that we can actually do with these things. But let's have a brief look and see if there was any possibility of refitting these. So we do have a bit of displacement to work with. So if we were to refit the Deutschland class, what could we do? We've still got almost 3,000 tons of displacement available. What could we do with these ships to make them a little bit more competitive? Well, we could give them a bit more modern engines. The engine efficiency, they have natural boilers, so the engine efficiency is definitely there. We can't really do an awful lot with the actual, main guns and things. So I don't think we could actually fit side guns onto these. Yes, we could actually, but there's no space there. So you see these little single gun turrets there? Yep. There's 88s sitting on the deck there. We could give them a turbine engine, some auxiliary engines, a better shaft. We could improve the armor, because these ships are older. They are using Krupp cemented, so we could switch that to Krupp homogeneous, better barbette protection, although we don't actually have any. Better anti-torpedo protection. We already have a double bottom hull. We've got reinforced bulkheads, better flooding control, and definitely another underwater armored citadel, because they don't have that yet. They are shooting capped AP. They have an old coincidence rangefinder, so we could upgrade that. And we could give them hydrophones for better torpedo spotting and improved radios. And the other thing that we could do is significantly up-armor these things. So that would allow us to just kind of use these existing ships for a little bit longer. Maybe we'll move them, kind of second-rate ships of the line. Let's see how much we can do. So 240mm main belt is obviously not going to cut it. It's a pre-dreadnought. It's got two 280mm main guns. I wonder if we could give them bigger turrets. Let's see. Could we give them 356mm guns? We could. They'd be almost kind of monitors. Let's see what that looks like. So if we put that there, and then we would get rid of that. That would be a significant refit, but we could probably make that work. There we go. So this would be 356 millimeter guns. They're basically coastal defense ships at that point. But it'll take 6 months to refit those, so that's probably not even worth it. Honestly, I think we're going to scrap these, because there's really not an awful lot that these ships are capable of, and they're just so outdated. So let's not bother with these. Yep, we don't want to save that refit, because it takes too long, right? It keeps my dockyard occupied, and in that time, we might as well use the dockyard capacity to build new ships. So the Deutschland class is going to get decommissioned, and I am probably already going to. We've got 3 currently under repair: Deutschland, Heimdall, and Schleswig-Holstein. And these 3. How many? Actually, we've got 5 all in all. 2 sitting in the Mediterranean. They're not also really doing anybody any good over there. So let's see if we can do something. Where did I put those? That's the group. That's this group here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, which is actually on the return currently. So we'll let these return. We can't scrap them at sea, and we'll have to scuttle them. But let's see if we can do anything about the other ones. So how about the Nassaus? At least these things have a decent amount of guns. So they are a little bit bigger than the Deutschlands. And if we refit those, that might actually be worth it. So these things got a 21,000 ton displacement, although they don't have an awful lot left of capacity here. So let's see what we can do here. So if we were going to refit the Nassaus and give them that, that means we can get back to natural boilers almost. Induced maybe, yeah. We can get to turbines. That might actually be enough. Yeah, that's way enough. So turbine engines, semi-oil fuel, and just kind of upgrade what we have. As you can see, these ships are significantly out of date. So not just in their design, but also in what I've put into these ships, because these were older designs, right? These were from the times. This is still pre-Dreadnoughts, so I didn't want to give them all the most modern things. That's still a decent choice. That's probably we might be just switch them to tube powder, and that further reduces the chance of them actually blowing up. Yep, switch them to tube powder. They actually have torpedoes, these things. So maybe we can just get rid of those. There's 1. There's 2. That'll free up a little bit of weight that we can actually. There's another one. And yeah, let's get rid of the torpedo tubes on these things and get them a better rangefinder, hydrophones, and an actual radio. And then the rest of this, well, we got like 1,800 tons left. We can put that into armor. So especially the deck armor is abysmal on these ships. So what is it going to look like if we give them 100 millimeter deck armor? That's a start. And then 80 millimeter forward deck. Citadel armor needs to be upgraded, especially on the deck, because we don't want to be citadeled. And we can see what we can stick into the belt armor. 150 millimeter, not bad. We'll see that we just do what we can here on the inside. And we've still got almost 1,000 tons. So let's see if we can get another 10 millimeters on the forward belt. How would that look like with the 130 millimeter armored deck? Because we are starting to face these monstrosities, and they easily penetrate 150 millimeter at 10,000 meters, although it's relatively difficult to hit. So I do want to get the deck plating a little bit improved here, if we can. There we go. And the rest we can put into the main belt. Can we get 330? That's probably, yes, we can actually. How far can we go? No, that's it. So we could get up to 330 millimeters of main belt. That's a 2-month refit, which is quite generous. You can put a bit more into the superstructure just to max out. Nope, can't get 30 millimeters. It's fine, 25 millimeter superstructure. So this would be a refitted Nassau class battleship, and better armor quality for once, because that was pretty bad previously. Much better survivability, and she might still be useful as a second-rate ship of the line, to be fair. Although the speed of 19 knots is really not great. So let's save that. And then we can refit the Nassaus. The old destroyers, the S-138 class that we've got. Let's see what we can do with these things. They have a terrible aft weight offset. Really not feeling the armor there. Can we do anything about the top? No, refit. Can we do anything about the torpedoes? Nope, they're already 18-inch, but we can get them mine laying and better mine sweeping capabilities. So that's something. We can also give them a radio. And we can give them hydrophones, which is probably making them a little bit more capable against submarines. Other than that, I'm not even going to bother with these things, really. I think they are already what they are. So these are the old kind of destroyers. I still only have the twin launches. We could give them a twin launcher in the rear. That gives them a little bit more torpedo capability. Yep. And that's, I think, as good as I want to get it. So we will save that design as well. So we can refit these. The von der Tans. Do we actually still have these things? 21,000 tons, but we don't have an awful lot that we can do with them. Let's see if we can. I'm not sure if we actually have any of these left. We should. I don't think I've lost any of these yet. The Deutschlands are going to go. The Blüchers. Yeah, maybe we keep those as well, because they're heavy cruisers. They're actually not terrible. I mean, I don't particularly like them, but they're not super terrible. Let's see what we could do with the von der Tans if we do a refit on these things, and if we give them proper fuel, and then they no longer need the induced boilers, which saves us a bit of weight. Get an auxiliary engine going, so when your engine gets shot off, you still have some capabilities. Proper armor. They already have Barbettes 3. Better torpedo protection, and a better armored citadel, and we'll give you tube powder as well. I am kind of thinking, so something like Dunite is a pretty good bursting charge. The problem is that the stuff tends to go up like no tomorrow. So we do have to keep an eye on on these things. So right now we've got a 3.4% flash fire chance, which I'm happy with. If we were to switch that over to Dunite, that would look very different. So I'm happy with the bursting charge. And this 18-inch torpedoes. Yeah, better rangefinder, and hydrophone for better torpedo spotting, and a radio. Come on, there we go. This is a really. Do you have any idea how long it took me to make this work? Because this turret design is awful, and to get that actually properly balanced, it's got a slight port weight offset, but yeah, this is an awful ship. I'm actually not really sure if I want to keep those. Von der Tans. I mean, we've got them. But again, it's these 280 millimeter guns. Yeah, let's refit them and then see. We use them. We can use them for a little bit, maybe. Let's see how much armor we can fit into these things. Because right now, what is this actually class-wise? Is this battle cruisers? I think it's a battle cruiser. I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, the armor is dreadful. So if we can stick enough armor on it, then we keep it. But otherwise, I'm inclined to scrap these. And I would say they would need at least like 330 millimeters of belt. And the deck armor is kind of meh. Can we upgrade the citadel armor? Can we still fit that in weight-wise? And that we can. And then we could... No, can't even upgrade the deck armor anymore. Can't get the belt armor up anymore. So this is about as much as we could do with these things. And they're pretty unbalanced, which is giving them... This is not a very good gun platform at all. I am tempted to scrap these because I think they're more of a liability and a cost factor than they're actually going to be useful. So I think we're gonna scrap these as well, even though they are relatively large. So okay, I'm actually... Can I get back to... I don't know if I can get back to without saving the design. We'll just exit the whole thing. Yeah, so the Fundertans and the Deutschlands are going to go. We might keep the Blüchers around. I still have to take a look at those. And we do a refit on the Nassaus. But then we will build more battle cruisers. I think I'm going to build another set of battle cruisers. So we may as well already upgrade the design for these. So the Nassaus are staying. The Fundertans battle cruisers, nah. These are really too old. We're going to get rid of those and the Deutschland class as well. So let's see if we can get the Blücher refitted into something a little bit more powerful. See what we can do with you. Refit on the Blücher. If we modernize you a little bit, we don't have an awful lot to play with, but did I do this already? Not really, right? Why are these now suddenly badly placed? I didn't move anything. Okay. Just put them back. No, that just put one in there somewhere. Hang on. What just happened? You go away. Okay. Right, there we go. I might have deleted some of the casement guns, but it's fine. So with this, we could switch to turbine engines. That's giving us a bit of weight, which we're immediately going to use to modernize everything. So the difference here between the Krupp cemented and Krupp homogeneous with the face hardened is in the armor quality. So this stuff's got 100% armor quality additional, and this is a lot more lightweight and it's got 115%. So good stuff. Barbette's already there. Torpedo protection, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood, and better citadel plating. And we're going to switch to tube powder, not cordite. That stuff tends to go boom very quickly. And I am thinking of also giving you enhanced reloading. Ooh, that's 200 tons. Well, 4-weight offset's terrible as well on these ships. But we can't really do anything about it, because I think if I move the funnels around, first of all, that's literally what the damn things look like. But that also really affects the angles on these guns. You know what? I think we're not going to do these either. So the Blüchers, sorry Blücher, you're maybe we can now. You know what? We'll design a new heavy cruiser, and we're retiring the Blüchers as well. So fleet renewal program. But before we do that, I'm going to have to actually delete the designs here. Is that going to decommission the actual ships? I'm going to have to try that because I'm not sure about that. I don't think it does, but I will actually have to scrap the ships by myself. But we also need to keep an eye on the... so Blücher goes, the von der Tanns are going, and the Deutschlands are going. Which means the Nassau and S-138s get refits, and we are going to need more of the Dörflingers, and maybe another Kaiser Wilhelm. So let's see if there's anything we can do about these update-wise. So the Dörflinger. Because that thing looks a bit awkward, but it is pretty balanced. And this is 27 knots, so this is something that might actually be able to stand up to these British monstrosities that we're dealing with here. This is already modern shenanigans, but we can switch from, if we're going for a... Yeah, I don't think we have an awful lot of space. Yeah, we've got 1,000 tons or so. So let's go for a refit and see what we can do. I'm not actually necessarily going to refit the ships themselves, but just for... that's actually heavier, okay. Do they need the hydrophones? Not necessarily. We've already got the Coincidence 3. And yeah, look at the armor plating on these things. It's significantly better. However, we have better Citadel armor that we can do. Nope, not standard bulkheads reinforced. And yeah, that's already all good. Natural boilers, semi-oil, yep, looks all good. Cap ballistic, nose fused. But that means we can probably throw more Citadel armor into this thing. It's a minor refit. It's how much belt armor can we put in there? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to save them, because let's make that 140, and let's make that 95, because round values, and see if we can. We've got 700 tons left. Why are you not having barbette armor? There we go. I might have taken that out by accident. Okay, we have a little bit left. Let's see if we can we do anything about the belt armor? Can put another 5mm belt armor on there, but then we're pretty much maxed out. So I think that's probably the last refit we're going to be doing until we have something more significant. So save that design. And the Kaiser Wilhelm II, we're going to order another one of these. So I'm already going to get the refit just to have a refitted design that we can use, which gives us the better Citadel, and we have 800 tons to play with. So we can put the tube powder as arm and here, and give her, what's it, 95 I think we can get? No, 90 was the inner deck. How much can we get onto the second inner belt? That's that. That's as much as we can get. We've got 400 tons left to play with. Can we put some more on the main deck? Yes. Let's get the main deck a little bit more up armored, as well as the forward deck and the aft deck. I want to make sure that that's balanced. So anything we put in one, we also have to put in the other. So it's another 10mm on each. We've still got 50 tons left. Can we get... Nope. Okay. Can put a little bit more. Nope, that's too much. Okay, let's just leave it like that. So that would be the slightly modernized version of that. Save that design. And we are going to have to get ourselves a new heavy cruiser. So let's get that going. Let's see what we can do here. We've got the large armored cruiser, which I think is the most modern. So these are battle cruisers. That would be heavy cruisers. Let's see, what's your design? 25 knots design speed. That's actually not terrible. These things are just way too slow. The light cruisers are reasonably fast, but I still need better guns on them. So the large armored cruiser might be something we can do. So that would be the Scharnhorst class. What's your design speed? 25. So I would like a 25 knot speed cruiser. And maximum bulkheads. Let's see what we can do here. Let's give them, we'll see about the boilers. We're definitely going turbine engines. With auxiliaries, the better shaft. Semi-balanced, I think, is alright. I'm not going to stick any torpedoes on them, but Group 3 armor. Torpedo protection, double bottom hull, reinforced bulkheads. As you've seen in the last battle, the ships are really, really sturdy. They take a lot of beating to sink. Unfortunately, what they are somewhat lacking is the firepower in return, so that was a bit meh. Okay, let's see what we can do here with these things. We've got this weird foxhole here, but I think I can... This is similar to the Deflingers, isn't it, with the design? Let's see what we can make here. So if I put a more centered design, with a rear tower here, and let's see what we need funnel wise. That would be 105 on natural aspirated, perfect. So we can actually do that, and then we can see what we can fit here in terms of gun turrets. That is relatively balanced for now. I would like to stick with the 203mm twin barrels, but we might be able to put two forward. Let's see what we can do here. So one, and then what if we throw a that's too small, that's too large, that's massive. That might actually... No, I can't fit one of these. Can I fit a barbette? Can I fit any barbette in the front? I can't fit any barbettes in the front, right? In this design. Well, that's great. I can only fit barbettes in the rear. So that's a bit weird, which means I will have to just live with a single forward turret. I put it there then. Shorten that a little bit. In that case, this might actually be kiting heavy cruisers then. So what if we can't fit one of these things? We can't fit them. We could fit them side mounted, which is weird. No, I don't like these kind of things. But I would like more than 6 guns on a heavy cruiser. So what if we put one here? Let's see what that looks like. Could we put that thing there? I don't think I can put another barbette on top of that, can I? No. You see what I was trying to do, right? Okay, so medium barbette there. Is that actually going to fit? It might not. Let's see. Hang on. Let's put the barbette here. Put that. It's fitting. And it doesn't look completely stupid. It does look a bit stupid. Okay. Can we get a better barbette here? That's a very small, medium superimposed. That is chunky. I'm almost more tempted to use this one. The problem is, okay, what I could do is I could put one up here and put one there. And I could literally put 2 of these forward. But unfortunately, without barbettes, this is going to look really wonky. So I could put one here, which then somewhat impedes on... Okay, why are you so off center? There we go. That's better. So we could do something like that. That is a bit weird with the foxhole here. Alternatively, we could do this. I mean, it's not... The thing that I don't like is that it's not super firing forwards, but the arcs are actually not that terrible. I mean, it's workable, I guess. So maybe we'll roll with this. So this would be 8 203mm guns. And we obviously need barbette armor. We do have a bit of a forward weight offset with this, so we will need to fiddle with it a bit. But we still have a decent amount. We could put 105mm triple barrel secondaries on the sides here. And I am actually not in favor of that. That is actually quite neat. Might need to give them a bit more space here. So can we get you rearward facing like that? That is significantly better. And then we will just need to adjust you there. Okay. And then we can throw some 88s into the casements on the side. Toink, 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 toink. Terrible angles. And a couple more 88s in the superstructure for any kind of destroyer close range shenanigans. Can't fit any there. Can we fit 51s, 51mm casements? Can we fit these anywhere? But back here? That's a bit weird. Oh, that's inside. Oh, we could fit some of them forward. Meh, we already got forward weight offset. It's a bit weird. Okay, let's get this weight offset sorted. So let's move the funnels back. Forward weight offset. How far can we get the superstructure back? Significantly, actually. Ooh, could we get a barbette here? Let's see, hang on. Average super no. It really isn't allowing me to put any barbette in forward in this design. Forward weight offset 3%. How far back can we bring? Can we put one down here? No. How far back can we get this before it starts looking wonky? Like a little more, maybe. Okay, I need to check that's actually centered. Nope. Come on. Okay, it looks like this is really as far as we can get them back. So that solves some of the forward weight offset. And we can just move everything else a little bit to the rear, to be honest. Still a bit forward weight offsets. So if we move that turret a little bit backwards. I think I don't want to move them too far because it's going to cut into my armor belt. I really don't want to extend that too much already because we've got two guns in the forward. Here I think the armor belt's already super long. However, we might be able to fit another one of those here. Can we? I think that would be a negative. Kind of here-ish. That would work. Now the forward weight offset, of course, is worse again. But these things got 5,000 meter range. So, yeah, nah. It looks a bit empty here. But I think we're okay. Let's see what we can do about the armor of this thing. Cordite TNT, we want ballistic. Can we want high capacity HE? Yeah, probably, because these are cruiser guns. So in case we need to HE spam. We do want enhanced reloading. And the advanced hydraulic turrets. Do need a coincidence rangefinder and a radio, and probably also, do I need a sonar in these? It's just for torpedo spotting, really. I mean, it's not that she can do anything about it, or that she can do anything about submarines. How much does that weigh? 890 versus, it's 40 tons. It's fine, we'll put it in. Because we need to up armor this thing significantly. Like, that armor is not going to be competitive. And I am actually, just because this looks so stupid, thinking of moving the superstructure more into... Actually, it's not that bad, and it gives these relatively good range rearwards. Yeah, why not? Yes, armor, we need more, a lot more. I would like a 200mm armor belt, if I can. And give me a... what's the deck penetration of these things? Actually, not that great. 12,000 meter, 36mm. How about the next bigger ones? So if we're talking 230s or 250s, 100mm deck we should actually be okay with, I think. So let's go with a 100mm main deck, and that leaves us some good We do need to balance the ship with the deck, so the aft deck has to be a bit heavier. So let's give it 100mm forward deck and 125mm aft deck. Perfect. I totally didn't know that. Okay, but we still need to do the belt. So shall we get 150mm belt forward and aft and 150 forward? And now we have an aft weight offset, but we can deal with that. Conning tower, 200mm, please. Splinter protection on the superstructure. And yes, please, all the Citadel armor you can cram into this thing. We do want them to be as survivable as they can possibly be. And the turret armor, 40mm on top is a bit little. Let's give them 80. Actually, can we give them 100? Yes, we can. I would like everything you can into the barbettes. What is that? 215. So let's make it 200 then. The 102s I'm not so much concerned about. Can we put 250 on the side armor? Yes, we know we cannot. So let's make it 230. The casements don't really need armor, but they need to be bigger. So we'll just leave that at that. These are 105mm. No, can I please +3? Yeah, there we go. And these are 88s. Now, these are 43 calibers in length. They've got a rate of fire of 1.4 rounds a minute, which is a bit on the long side, really. Actually, have I fixed the... No, I don't want max AG on the main shells. I want standard ratio and max AG on this, increased AG on the secondaries. There we go. What was I talking about? Okay, I've still got some armor to disperse, but I was thinking of, I was checking if I'm going to make the guns a little longer. But then again, because they are not. What does that look like if we put like a 5% length onto them? 45 length caliber. Yep, I'm more happy with that. And that gives them, hopefully, it drops our reload, our rate of fire a little bit, but it gives them a slightly better chance of actually hitting anything. Their accuracy is dreadful, but we can put a bit, we've got a bit more space for armor, so let's see what we can stick in, where we can stick some more armor. Can we make the main belt 220? Yes, we can. Forward belt 160 and aft belt 160. That works. We do have an aft weight offset now, so forward belt does need to be a little stronger. There we go. Can we go for 250 on the conning tower? We can. Can we go for 300 on the conning tower? We can indeed. Can we put a little bit more on the main deck? 110 maybe? Yes. But now we have still an aft weight offset. There. Perfectly balanced. And we have ourselves a new heavy cruiser. It does look a bit wonky. That's because of this massive foxhole here, which doesn't allow me to do a forward barbette. But it is what it is. So that's going to be the Scharnhorst class of heavy cruiser, 25 knots speed, which will allow us to retire the Blüchers, because they're weird. And yeah, there we go. So lastly, let's do some fleet management. Okay, what's our dockyard? Yeah, dockyards have capacity. So we are going to build 4 Scharnhorst class heavy cruisers. And these are going to go 1, 2, 4. These are going to go to Wilhelmshaven. Where do we have the Derflingers? Yeah, they're in Wilhelmshaven. So I do need to build up this battle group. The other thing I'm going to need is more destroyers because I don't have enough of those. So let's build. Where are they? the V16 class. Let's give me another 6 of those, and we're also going to send these to. We're also going to send these to Wilhelmshaven. Where do we? Kaiser Wilhelm and Kronprinz are going to be built in Kiel. We are going to build another one of those. So the Kaiser Wilhelm II, the 1911 refit. We're going to. Why can I not build this? Oh, can I not build refits directly? Well, that's unfortunate. What? I need to build the ship to some? Bit weird. Okay, we'll build one. Build that, and that is going to be going to Wilhelmshaven as well. Okay, now which one did we say we were going to refit? We'll have to make sure that we actually have something available, to be honest. These two are getting commissioned, so they're going to be ready. We can send one of them to we can send one of them to Wilhelmshaven, but I do need a couple more of the Derflingers as well, and that means, or maybe it's going to build the. Is it? Okay, I'm going to have to experiment with this. Sorry, because I'm not that familiar with the refits. I may have to experiment with this to see if I delete this design, can I build these directly? So hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so no, I cannot do that. But what we're going to do is we are already going to get rid of the, what was I going to get rid of? The von der Tanns, because they were totally weird. So we're going to delete that design. That will be an obsolete design. The Blüchers as well. We're going to get rid of that. And the Deutschlands are going to get rid of that. So these ships are all now obsolete. And the S-138 is going to go as well. That's an obsolete design. All right, there we go. Then let's have a look at our fleet. What do we currently have? We've got the bunch of Deutschlands here, and I am tempted to scrap these. The problem is I don't really have anything else, so I'm thinking of we do have something at the Yellow Sea. So we're sorting this by area. The Baltic Fleet. Sorry for these pop-ups, by the way. There's very little I can do about it. There we go. In the Baltic Fleet. In the Baltic Sea, we've got Heimdall, Schleswig-Holstein, 2 of the new battleships, and a bunch of destroyers, but that's about it. In the North Sea, we've got Deutschland, York, and York. And I'm thinking, because that's going to 5 and 8 months for repairs. So, did I get rid of the von der Tanns? I think I did, yeah. So. Deutschland and York are not actually going to be repaired. Can I scrap these? Yes. So Deutschland is going to get scrapped, and York is going to get scrapped. There we go. That leaves me with the 4 Derflinger class, but they will get reinforcements here. And then we've got a bunch of destroyers pretty much everywhere. And we've got this battle group, which is heading home from the Mediterranean. So once they're back, then we will deal with them accordingly. And we've got Gneisenau. What is that? That's a Nassau, and that's a von der Tann, the Bayern. And 2 Blüchers, a Dresden class, and 1 destroyer. We need more. We're going to need more destroyers here. So I'm actually going to build another. Let's build another 4 of these, and they are going to go. Where are they now? Yeah. So these 4. So they take 7 months to build, but they should go to Tsingtao. Okay. That reinforces that slightly. We're not fighting there currently, so I'm kind of tempted to just let these be. They're currently at sea, So let's actually I thought they might have been able to intercept something. They're just annoying the British here. I think I'm going to send them back to Tsingtao. So let's just move them all back there. We've got 3 mine-laying submarines here, which are creating the minefields. So they're relatively safe inside the minefields. There are a couple of British forces here, actually. Light British forces. So maybe, instead of doing that, we'll see if we can, where are they all sailing? These guys, I think, are all buggering off, to be honest. Yeah, I think they're all sailing away. Let's see if we can intercept them, but I don't think so. As the British here are launching an offensive, but I don't think they have much of a chance there. Let's see if we can intercept that group, just in case. We'll give it a try, otherwise we'll return to Tsingtao. Okay, so that's sorted. Is there anything around Africa that I need to worry about? Portuguese ships. Other than that, there's not an awful lot. We don't have any mine-laying capability, but what we can do already is we can refit. Give me the class. There we go. So we can refit the port. Sorry, not the area. So these guys in the Indian Ocean. These are V16s and S138s. Okay, so these 3, the S138s, 2, 4, and 11 need to be refitted. That's these guys, refit ships. And because it doesn't tell me here where they are, so 2, 4, and 11 are going to be refit there. So these guys are now going in for refits. Shouldn't take too long, 2 months, and then they'll be done. Yeah, the other group here is sailing back, and yeah, we'll deal with them when they're back, and then we'll reform the fleet here in Wilhelmshaven around the four battle cruisers. How long would it take to refit those? Just to these ones? Nah, it's not worth it, I think. I was just more hoping that we would get, well, they get a better citadel armor, but I want them operational right now because they're all we have, so that's okay. We are getting. This is actually already. Hang on. This is. No, Schleswig-Holstein is a Deutschland class. Why is that still there? I thought I scrapped these. Where's the Schleswig-Holstein? Let's deal with that. Schleswig-Holstein. Schleswig-Holstein is repairing. Nope. You're going to get scrapped. The Heimdall is repairing in the Baltics. You're also going to get scrapped. And these are getting commissioned, so I can't move this yet. Okay, cool. So we've got that all sorted. How does it look? How does it look politically? Yeah, nobody likes us very much. The Soviets don't like us either. The French are kind of okay with us at this point, but yeah, I am not certain. It looks like the French have actually stopped. The French have actually surrendered, I think. So there was like a white peace with the French, if I see that correctly, and we're only at war with Great Britain at this point, which is good. All right, so fleet organizational episode. In the next episode, we will get back into some action. But that's it for me today. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.